What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to Strangers Minds. I'm Fernando, and we're going to continue on reacting to police witnessing paranormal activity here with scary flashbacks, moments after cops witness paranormal activity. Let's see what these, the camera view, this camera view looks so familiar. I think I saw this video, but let's share it with you guys. Let's go.
I would wait for the police, John.
Yeah.
Amy, John's gonna enter the room real quick just to check, make sure, see what's going on.
This universe holds a lot of secrets and creatures within it. But what happens when cops have to encounter what wasn't meant to be seen? Moments when cops witness paranormal activities. When such things were recorded on camera, they weren't meant to be seen by humans. Let's start with our first case, room 209, where no one stays. On September 14, 2003, a Wingate hotel in Illinois recorded paranormal activities on surveillance cameras. The hotel security manager submitted this footage to the Illinois Police Department.
It should be 209. John, do you copy? It's room 209. Amy says nobody's checked into that room, and there's reports of screaming coming from that room. Amy, he's on his way down there right now. What's going on, John?
Yo. Yeah, I still get the chills when I see this video.
Wait 1 second, John. Amy, are you there? Yeah, John says he hears the screaming coming from that room. And I hear it too. But we're sure that no one's checked into that room, correct?
Regardless, whether or not there's somebody renting that room, if you're hearing a scream, I think you should, call the authorities, because this is a death crying kind of scream that you're hearing. So yeah, regardless of whoever's renting that room, yeah, you're gonna have to call the cops. Like,
John, just wait. We're gonna get a hold of the police.
The hotel security manager decided to enter the room, but little did he know what he was about to witness. According to staff and management, no one was staying in the room, but
So, I would wait for the police, John. Amy, John's gonna enter the room real quick just to check, make sure, see what's going on. Wait one. John? John, are you there? Okay, Amy, John wants you to call the police right now if you don't mind. He says no one's in there, but that all of the furniture's been turned upside down and hold on. He says the carpet's been ripped up and that the shower is on, but nobody's in there. Man, that's scary. I'm officially freaked out now.
yes, the whole room was turned upside down and the carpet was scratched in such a manner that no human could have done that. You might have witnessed something while the security officer was entering the room. A white shadow, a creepy white figure leaves the room. Some claim that it was one shadow, while others say there was more than one eerie shadow. The hotel manager,
I mean, one could say that is probably two spirits, but that's a hard push because like last week we recorded a podcast, the Shadowfile podcast. You guys make sure you guys follow, like, share, subscribe. And we were interviewing a guest, Static Voices from TikTok. And he says something on the lines of, the paranormal will always be a pseudoscience. And I absolutely agree with that fact because it is something that you cannot prove on the spot. Like, you could always try and capture evidence, but at the end of the day, if you can't prove it, by repeating a certain tests and getting the same results, no, it's gonna end up being, fall into the pseudosciences. So yeah, for sure. I completely agree with that. Now with this, it's an amazing catch, but you can't repeat it and test, use any kind of testing. I wish though that there was some sort of camera inside this room, or at least, somebody walking in there with a camera so we could see how, all the furniture, the carpet ripped up. That would have been amazing.
mentioned that hotel guests started calling the front desk, complaining about eerie screams coming from the second floor, particularly in room 209. Initially, the investigation revealed no history associated with the room. Later, it was discovered that numerous reports over the years about strange noises. Moving on to our second case, a ghost car.
Like I was saying, I've seen that video a long time ago and it was always captivating, but one could wonder, could have all of that been a hoax? Because, we aside from the figure coming out, which I would also say that could have been edited in. Um we pretty much don't really see anything. We hear the screams through the radio. Who's not to say there is anything mechanical going on there? It's there's a lot of possibilities that all of this could be orchestrated, but I don't know, man. I don't know. So, like, some when I first saw that video, I was questioning it, but then as time passes by, I've saw it a couple of times, and every time I see it, even now, it gives me the goosebumps. And when I get those feelings with my, with the hair standing, that I tend to believe my body, and it's always amazing every time I see it because always never fails. I get the goosebumps.
A paranormal activity happened in front of cops, and they still can't figure out what happened. On 3rd June 2008, a horrifying dashcam video was submitted by Officer Wayne Daniels. Dashcam video of a car pursuit. But what could be possibly paranormal in this pursuit, right? It gets more creepy with each passing second.
We've seen how strange things can get at night. Well, things are about to get a whole lot stranger. This mysterious driver tricks cops into thinking he's about to pull over, then all hell breaks loose. The officers watching this tape get only a quick glimpse of the man behind the wheel. It's the last look they'll get.
I saw this one too.
For a moment, it appears as if the driver and his car have disappeared into thin air. But in the blink of an eye, the driver comes into view again. This time, he tries to outrun the police rather than just vanish. His moves are still baffling to the police as he swerves all over the road, driving like a man possessed.
The car kept driving erratically, knowing that they were chased by police. But the whole scene changed as soon as the driver turned. The cops quickly turned their car as well.
We're still approaching F16.
In just a moment, he's going to make a turn into the twilight zone. Watch. A fence at the end means no way out.
Though there was no space in between the fence, the car disappeared into the fence. The police department regards this car as a ghost car. Still, it was a terrifying experience for Officer Daniels, who later had to attend therapy to recover from this paranormal event. With that being said,
But you know what? There was a television show called Fact or Fake, and I believe that once again I'm gonna bring up our podcast, the Shadow Files podcast. You guys make sure you follow, like, subscribe. We had a guest, Ben Hansen, and you know they did debunk this video. And the way they debunked it was they actually drove a car and they drove it through the fence. Now, apparently, once these fences has like these wires that are holding the chain link fence together, keeping it standing by the poles. So apparently, once the car drove through it, it kind of broke off those wire, I guess wire holding the fence together, and it kind of just pushed through right through the bottom, and it kept on going. And as soon as the fence came back down, the rest of the wires holding the chain link fence together, it was still intact. So it kind of just phased it, it kind of just like if nothing happened once they drove through. So who's not to say that that is what happened here? Uh, you know, that was pretty remarkable the way they did that, and kudos to Ben Hansen. Shout out. And yeah, let's see. This one looks familiar also, man. I'm telling you guys, like throughout the years before I started recording and doing all this YouTube stuff, I used to just watch a bunch of these videos before I go to bed. And here we go. This is a good one. This police officer or security to a hospital or a nursing home. He is apparently talking to a lady at this point because she's trying to find her husband. Let's check it out.
let's move on to our third case. A cop talking to a dead co-worker. March 29, 2023 in Houston, Texas. A surveillance camera recorded this paranormal activity involving one of the guards at a police station. What looks like a normal guard on foot patrol inside the station will soon turn into a terrifying encounter.
Who is he talking to? Dispatch to 329.
His co-workers were worried.
Yo, check this
Looked
out,
like he
you
was
guys.
having a normal conversation with someone, but there was no one around. Who might he be talking to?
329, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to a elderly lady. I saw her walking by the store and she said she's looking for Mr. Griffin. Her name is Miss Abigail.
Did you say Miss Abigail?
Yes, ma'am. She says she wants to see Mr. Griffin, and I told her that the canvas is closed, that she should come tomorrow morning and she might see Mr. Griffin.
This guard claims that he was talking to Miss Abigail, though she was nowhere to be seen on security camera. What's coming next will send chills through your body.
Are you sure you're saying Miss Abigail? Like, she's been passed on for 2 years now.
What do with that, please?
Miss Abigail is she died 2 years ago.
You mean you can't see the person I'm talking to?
No, there's nobody in front of you at all.
Yes, Miss Abigail died 2 years ago, and this guard didn't know about her at all.
I love it.
As soon as he heard that she died a long time ago and there was no one in front of him, he ran.
No, there's nobody in front of you at all.
What a chilling encounter indeed, with a creature that isn't visible to others. The guard insists, she's there, but no one can see her. The chilling truth, he is talking to a ghost. The scene is eerie and leaves one feeling uneasy, blurring the line between the living and the dead. Our next case.
I'm saying, you guys, like, this is amazing. Like, thinking about it using, you know, my paranormal investigating mind. And yes, I am a paranormal investigator reacting to paranormal caught on tape videos. And it's interesting because, you know, a lot of times we investigators, we go out on the field with cameras to capture our experiences. And, you know, sometimes we get lucky and we capture some paranormal activity also. But the fact that the camera is not, you know, it's not showing absolutely nothing. You would think that maybe you might see a glow or a hazy kind of figure or even a shadow figure, but no, like, you see absolutely nothing. Only that the security guard, I think he's more of a security guard than a police officer. Only him talking to somebody, and, you know, yes, we could, you know, say that this is all orchestrated, you know, but just thinking about the aspect of catching something on security camera when you're watching a coworker having a casual conversation and, like, there's nobody there. That's a wild thought. I mean, that's damn near, that's some television stuff right there.
Represents the giggles of two dead girls. On 14th August 2018, Police Officer Lines is assigned as a license to work with dog handler James Miewski. James Miewski dog, a Labrador retriever named Cody, is specifically trained for signs of trauma. In this chilling video clip of Officer Lines' body cam from a canine search of the Watts home, a little girl is heard giggling while Cody searches Shannon's shoe closet.
There's plenty of person in here.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What in the world is that? Wow. Go in there and step on that little blue thing and see if that's where that noise came from.
Yeah, it sounded like a kid toy.
It sort of sounds like it.
Both of the officers at the scene confirmed that he heard a little girl giggling.
Something. I heard it.
Did you hear it?
I did.
But there was a lot behind his giggling. In the early hours of August 13, 2018, in Frederick, Colorado, Christopher Lee Watts murdered his pregnant wife Shanann and their two young daughters, Bella and Celeste. He buried Shanann near an oil storage facility and dumped the children's body in crude oil tanks. Were those giggles of his dead children, Bella and Celeste, whom he brutally murdered? Did this paranormal activity happen because their souls wanted to get justice? We will never know. but the giggles will always haunt us. Now let's move on to our fifth case.
Oh man, actually, you know what? I think I reacted to a video. I was wrong because this is the family that I was talking about, and it's kind of weird. It's 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 the same act. The husband killed the wife and the kids, but it's a different house. That's interesting. You know what? I'm gonna start doing some freaking googling and getting some information. That's interesting. That's two different houses with the same act happening. That the husband loses his shit because of some pootie tang, and ended up, you know, unaliving his whole family just so he could be with pootie tang. So yeah, that uh, I,
On the 13th of June 2020, almost 4 years ago, cops were called to a public gym in a park. Little did they know they wouldn't encounter any human but paranormal activities there. Though, cops came after several reports were made regarding this haunted park. It was unclear whether there was a human behind this all. The way this equipment is moving without anyone even touching it was creepy enough.
I am yes, obviously we're concentrating here, but I'm seeing something in the background moving. Like I think is that right there or something over here is moving. But regardless of what, I hope that we could see at least the end of this video, showing it when it stops because I mean, yes, it's a little baffling. There's, unless all these guys are wearing, Party City costumes or something. But like could it be mechanical was causing this to happen? Like I would like to see more close up of this exercise equipment, but I'm very curious about that thing moving in the background. Almost looks like a mouse. It's moving like a mouse.
None of the cops were able to get any closer to the equipment as it kept moving. It was obvious that some eerie creature was using it, a creature that can't be seen but just felt. Creepy, isn't it? Known for its eerie atmosphere, our
Gettysburg. This gotta be Gettysburg. But anyway, for the last video, as you can see, they didn't show the ending of the video. The guy's commentary is all right. I wouldn't consider, paranormal activities being done by creatures, but definitely I wish they could have been more hands on with this and just try and figure out what's going on. Uh to my knowledge, these park exercises, you use your own body weight to exercise. So there's nothing that should be mechanical about it. Like these equipment that's outside in public parks, they're usually just a very well constructed bunch of pieces of metal that moves with your body weight. That is your exercise there. So there shouldn't be nothing mechanical, but they didn't get into it. We get what we saw. And let's continue. This looks like Gettysburg.
sixth case involves Gettysburg National Park. Around 28th to 30th September 2020, rumors about Gettysburg Battleground National Park being haunted were all around the town.
I'm telling you guys, I know my stuff. I know my stuff. I've been all around. I've been to places internationally. I've investigated, you know, demon houses and so on and so forth. And it's amazing. Abandoned locations I've been in, tourist attractions like Eastern State Penitentiary. I've been all over, bro.
Locals decided to set hidden trail cameras in different places. All their cameras were set up to activate on motion sensor, and here comes the chilling part. On one creepy night of 30th September, all cameras were activated around 12 AM to 2 AM.
You see it coming?
But after some time, the cameras got activated again. The cameras were recording something that couldn't be seen by any human. Some spooky white light, which might be a shadow, was seen running, but it was hard to conclude what that might be until now, because another local posted a video recording in his dashcam when he was crossing Gettysburg Park. Grab your chairs because this might freak you out.
This is the infamous video, you guys. The infamous video of a gentleman recording in Gettysburg, and he comes across those cannons, and check what he catches. By the way, this is all real footage. This is amazing.
At first, some white shadows stopped the car, but then, creatures who didn't want to get recorded were seen in the camera. They were moving at the speed of light. This place is still considered to be haunted and common for paranormal activities. You
know what? Let me point out some things just in case if you guys didn't catch it the first time around. You'll see something over here. Besides that, you'll see something like walking behind it. You'll see something in along this lines. It's like a couple of figures going on. So, it's almost like a platoon handling these cannons, a couple of guys just trying to work out the cannon during the war. So definitely pay attention over here in this little area. You're gonna pay attention like over here, sorry. I believe something walks right behind. I mean, there's just a lot of movement, you guys. Let me go back a little bit so you guys could re-see that.
Right. This place is still considered to be haunted and common for paranormal activities. No one dares to pass by this road after dawn. Police and locals weren't able to stop these rumors about this park.
No one but paranormal investigators, my guy. Keep it real, keep it 100. If we love this stuff, you would definitely see us out here in the pitch blackness just to experience the Gettysburg ghost experience. Hell yeah.
Being haunted. Now it's time for our most scary case. The footage that sends chills through the body. Moving on to our 7th case. On July 6, 2021, a couple claimed a ghost named Dave lived in their home, providing evidence from their security camera to police. Ben Hubbard.
I feel like I've seen this, so we're gonna see some poltergeist activity on here. But my thing is, I don't recall seeing cops being involved in this video, so let's just enjoy it and see. Maybe I missed something.
A physical education teacher and his partner, Lainey Clark, an elementary school teacher, moved into a three-story house in Buckinghamshire, England in 2018. After a short time, they began to see things happening. To capture these events, they installed a camera in their kitchen, which recorded objects mysteriously flying out of a drawer. Looks like the creature just does its thing and leaves the house, as the door closes by itself. These paranormal activities kept happening and they had to leave the house eventually. With that being said, let's move on to our 8th case.
All right. Like I said, you don't really see anything with police, so sorry about that, you guys. But yeah, the thing with poltergeist activities is that there was this guy out in another country, and he had the most captivating poltergeist activity video ever recorded. I'm talking about this guy's kitchen was alive and just destroying itself. And come to find out, it was a elaborate hoax. With it was done with a bunch of strings. With a, it's. I could only imagine how that kitchen looked. Like behind the scenes, it must have looked like just freaking a bunch of Pinocchios all over the place, because it goes nuts, you guys. And then you don't see these strings on camera, so I could only imagine it was just a bunch of strings being pulled left and right. That just a whole yawn up in there. But yeah, let's continue on.
It happened on 1st October 2017, but it's still considered one of the most terrifying and haunted videos on the internet. This school is located on the south side of Cork City. Things took a turn when the surveillance camera recorded paranormal activities on one side of the school.
So just some friendly commentary. So the best part about this video is that, aside from it's a school, aside from that it's uh CCTV, but you don't see nobody, but yet you hear footsteps, you see movements, you see things going on. So just imagine you as a security guard watching something, because something had to happen for them to catch this. Because the fact is, I've been in charge of security cameras in my previous job back in New York, and for me to find a specific timestamp, I would have to look for signs of something going on, to which then I could see the video from there. Because then, if not, I'm gonna watch hours upon hours upon hours of video. So something must have triggered this guy to look back into the video just so he could catch what we're about to see right now.
All the doors closing and opening and lockers just opening by themselves were enough to prove that it wasn't staged. Not only that, things fell out of the locker as well.
There's the timestamp. I say there's the timestamp because you could see something. Like if it was just the noises and the movements, the door closing, you wouldn't be able to find this object for you to go directly to that place. So what I would do is that I would keep my eye on the papers and I'll review it until they're not in the floor. And then I find out what happened, why the papers are on the floor. So I could, me being in the position of looking through security just to find something, some evidence or some, investigating. This must have been a jaw dropper for the security guy handling the videos. That was aggressive.
Gleist Aman Risco, formerly D Park CBS in Turner Cross, the oldest school on Kirk's South Side, made headlines in 2017 when they shared footage from the CCTV cameras of an alleged paranormal presence and its reputation as the world's most haunted school. The school principal later revealed that the reason behind its paranormal activities is because the area was built on mass graves where the English used to hang people. A ghost in the mortuary? A ghost or a human? Let's find out in our 10th case. On December 17th.
That is wild. That is wild. You see, like right now we're house shopping and I don't know, like, my wife, she's looking into houses, the space, the how nice it is, comfortable, and obviously I help out too. Trying to get some, like a good house. But in the back of my head, I can't help but wonder the history of the house. If it's a brand new house, I would have to look, I feel like I have to look on the grounds for some information. Uh, honestly, it would be disappointing. No, I can't say that. Knock on wood, you guys. As much as I find the paranormal so interesting, and that is what I love doing. Um, but to be in it 24/7, to live in a haunted location is something that I wouldn't want to wish upon my worst enemy. Well, maybe my worst enemy, because it's really not that bad. But to live in a place 24/7, it could be a little excessive.
2014. When everyone was sleeping peacefully, a ghost coming out of the mortuary was caught on CCTV camera. This video was submitted to police because the security thought that it might be some human, but this video shook the cops as well. A black shadow running at the speed of light. No possible human could run this fast. This paranormal activity was recorded on camera, luckily, because no one would have believed about this ghost.
Go for it, do it. I'm looking at the timestamp. If it's a real timestamp.
The black shadow at first was standing at one end of the hallway, looking like some human, but as soon as he crossed the hallway, it was clear that this was some creature out of this world. These cases reveal eerie encounters with the unknown, leaving behind chilling evidence from haunted hotel rooms and ghostly figures in car chases to haunted homes and spooky parks. Each story blurs the line between reality and the paranormal. The disturbing truth, captured on camera, from a ghostly girl's giggle to shadows moving in the night, create a sense of fear that lasts. These terrifying events remind us that some mysteries are beyond human understanding, leaving us with a haunting question: what else wonders unseen among us? For more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like this video. Comment below which case you find the most terrifying. Don't forget to press the bell icon for future notifications. Scary Flashbacks signing out.
All right, you guys. So I like this video just because it brought me back to a time where I watched all of these videos. Aside from the exercise machine, that's the first for me. But I've seen all of the other videos. The last video, I have to say, even though it looked interesting, my only red flag here was that there was no other movement. So it could have easily been edited. All of it could have been edited. But yeah, and the poltergeist activity, it wasn't really cops witnessing anything, and due to the infamous video, we could pretty much scrap that one also. But hey, I still enjoy watching it. I still enjoy presenting these videos to you guys, and even helping out these YouTubers, regardless, even if they have thousands of followers more than me. I'm not doing it for that, but it would be nice. It would be nice, right? But anyway, you guys, if you guys are enjoying yourselves and liking these kind of videos, please like, share, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you guys on the next. Peace.